Yeah.
Are you sure you're ready?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Mhm.
Right,
We're
good, because,
recording.
yeah, we're recording, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, no.
Right,
I'm keeping an eye on it this time.
right, yeah, well, welcome back. Movies and Beyond. We do news. That's all you need to know. Kyle, stop looking weird. Yeah, that's Kyle. Say hi, Kyle.
Go away.
Why don't you sing that song you've been singing all night?
I can't for
No.
copyright reasons.
Oh, yeah, because it's that good. It's that good.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be a bit of a weird episode. Simply because it's the first episode we're doing since pretty much most people at work have found out about my channel. So, hi. This is me. This is my
What do you mean?
truth. This is who I am. Oh,
Eh?
only like some people at work know, but now like a fair few more. No,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
You spreading love.
I am spreading my legs and my truth. You know, it was Pride Month after all.
Why not get cancelled on here,
No, I'm
okay?
just being proud of who I am. That's what's wrong with that.
Oh, God.
But
Right.
anyway,
Anyways.
yeah. Star Wars. Christopher Nolan. You think it's a good combo?
I mean,
Well,
he
let me
did
tell you,
Batman.
because
Okay.
Christopher Nolan has been asked if he would do a Star Wars film, and he says he wouldn't be opposed to it. But he was also asked if he'd do another comic book film. He said no, but he wouldn't be opposed to a Star Wars film. Do you think he could do a good Star Wars film?
Um, I don't. Yeah, obviously, it's Mr. Christopher Nolan. Nolan, Nolan,
It's Mr. Christopher Nolan.
Senor Christopher. Um, he he obviously can do probably a really good Star Wars movie, probably the best one. It's just we've already explored. I can't speak today. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me.
Speak.
We've explored a darker, more grittier side of Star Wars with Rogue One and Andor, and then I think they tried to sort of do that with Han Solo a little bit. Um, Obviously that just fucking went down the shit pipe. It didn't, really go anywhere. Um, that Han Solo, Rogue One and Andor, go watch that. So I feel like if we were gonna get a darker look at Star Wars and its universe, I feel like you know, we've already explored that, and I don't want to go back to just having that. I want to have something more involving like Jedi, and I want to see some more Jedi because the only Jedi we get to see in this new Star Wars is just all the characters we know of.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously, except the sequels. Obviously, I mean, you get Rey, you get literally one Jedi. Obviously we got Luke in appearance in Boba Fett and the Mandalorian, and that was great. Give us more of that. We're getting a whole show about Ahsoka. Obi-Wan came back and did the show. We got a little bit of Anakin, got a bit of Darth Vader. But I want some new Jedi. I want some new interesting Jedi. So if he did come back, I hope that it would be he'd feature a Jedi in it.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to see what he would do, you know, because Oppenheimer's coming out. So, but we've already had the Star Wars film about the people who made the equivalent of the nuclear bomb in Rogue One with Galen
Yeah, but
Erso.
it's Christopher Nolan. He can do
He
anything. I
can
mean,
do
he's gone from
anything.
time travel to bombs to dreamscapes
Oh,
to
I'd love to see some like
um.
interstellar, like style Star Wars esque,
Yeah, well, I mean,
like
it like
in space.
yeah, we got. I feel like we got like a little bit of tease of like a bit more cooler space stuff in Andor with I've forgotten his name, the dude who's the Doctor in the Thor movies. and he's
Stellan Skarsgård's character.
yes, yeah, yeah. So we got to see that little cool scene where he's in the spaceship. Like, imagine a film where it has loads more of that on a Christopher Nolan type of level. So that felt very Christopher Nolan, that shot. It felt like
Yeah.
it just felt
Yeah,
like
when
it
all
should
the
be a
when
part
he
of something Christopher Nolan.
extracted all like the junk and it just went for the
Yeah,
tractor beam. Yeah, that was it.
that was very Christopher Nolan. It's very smart.
Yeah.
So
Um.
I'd like to see him do a Star Wars movie based on an existing Jedi. Probably not, but what about a new Jedi? What about if he did a film with let's say a Mace Windu film? That'd be fucking awesome. With starring Sam Jackson as the main Jedi in the film, and Christopher. That is just like a match made in heaven. There,
Yeah.
like, I feel
Now
like that would just.
that's great and all. It's just I feel like Nolan would want to have some ownership over it. You know, he is a auteur, as I like to refer to himself as, a writer director, and I'm pretty sure he'd like to write an original character and direct an original Star Wars film or trilogy, even. So that's how I see it fitting in. It would probably be
Well,
something very original, very
well,
disconnected.
here's the thing though. I mean, look at Batman and Joker and Bane and all these other characters. Yeah, he did his own twist on them
Yeah,
and
I
he did his
suppose.
own versions,
Yeah,
but they're existing characters, and he took that, and he took inspirations from previous Batman and obviously other Jokers and stuff and comics and things like that. So I get what you're saying. He does a lot of his films are his own original, stories, characters, but he can do something that's based off of an
yeah,
existing character.
he can, but he also did the Batman films. You know, I'm sure he enjoyed it while he was doing it, but his deal at Warner Brothers at the time was, all right, one for you, one for me, one for you, one for me. While he were making the Batman films, if you know what I mean, he was like, "I'll direct your Batman film, but you're gonna give me all the money I want to do whatever I want next after that."
Yeah.
So that was.
Well,
I'm
well, I
sure he
mean, like,
enjoyed it, and I'm sure he, he's proud of his films because they're
I
amazing.
mean, I know, but I mean, like now you got to think of it as like today in this day, like today, he is one of the best directors out there.
Yeah,
If he was offered to make a Star Wars movie, it would not surprise me at all if Disney went up and said to Christopher Nolan, "Mr. Nolan, we'd like you to make a Star Wars film. Do whatever you want." Kind of like a deal where it's like how DC went up to James
James
Gunn and
Gunn.
said,
Do you want to do
sorry, yeah,
Superman?
James Gunn.
Do you want to do
Do you want
Superman,
to do
James?
Superman? Do you want to do anything you want? And he was like, Nah, I want to do
The
the
Suicide
Suicide
Squad. Yeah,
Squad. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, and that was just like magical how he
right.
managed to make a sequel that was an original, that felt original, and it was just brilliant. But yeah,
So, Kyle, who is apart from Christopher Nolan, who is one of the best directors working right now who is doing sci-fi?
there's quite a few to be honest.
Denis Villeneuve with the Dune franchise. What if Disney went to Nolan and said, "Can you bring us something like this to Star Wars?" Which is hard because Dune, a lot of Star Wars is already based off Dune, so it's weird. But I feel like if they'd want to compete in like that critical market, award season market, like Dune will, because Dune got nominated loads, and I'm assuming Dune 2, Part 2, will as well. But that's the sort of film I see him doing. A
Yeah, no,
Dune-esque Star Wars film.
like I said, Christopher Nolan could do a Star Wars movie easily, and it'd probably end up being the best Star Wars movie. To be completely honest, you know, like I said, I get what you were saying before. Obviously, I'm not trying to retread old ground with what I've just said. Obviously, he can do this film. Obviously, he'll want to do his own original character because he can't. Star Wars isn't a franchise where it's like it's Luke Skywalker and there's loads of different versions of him, like Batman. There's loads of different versions of
Yeah, no, it is
Batman.
Luke
There isn't.
Skywalker.
There is one Luke Skywalker. So obviously it would have to tie in with the canon and everything, and it have to line up perfectly. But if he was able to do, Interstellar and Tenet, and a movie about going in dreams and stuff, like it's almost, a little bit multiversal kind of. It felt a little multiversal, that movie. I know it's not. It's obviously not. It's about going deeper into your dreams and into the minds and stuff. But he can do it. Like Christopher Nolan, I'm not like he's like his last film was about um time travel, so to speak, but it was a twist on time travel. He did something new with it. And then, he's doing a movie now, Oppenheimer, that's based off of the first, you know, big big bad nuke that was
Big
made.
bad nuke.
You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
first of the big bad nuke. What is it? In a kid's
but you,
book?
but you know what I
And the
mean? Like,
big bad
he
nuke
can
was dropped
literally
on Japan.
he can do anything. So like, I don't want to base it off of just because of, you know, what he's done entirely. Like, no, you should base it off of that because he can do anything.
Yeah. Well, I think we both agree that this would be a great idea if he did decide to do it. And I would only want him to do it if he wanted to do it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think we're both in agreement. I wouldn't say no to a Christopher Nolan Star Wars film, no matter what I decided to make. I'm pretty sure it'd be ace. So yeah, but anyway, let's move on to the next topic. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning came out last week. Seems like forever ago though, because it was a week ago on Monday we saw it. It didn't come out on a Friday. It came out on Monday, which was a weird day, but still, we've seen it. We both really enjoyed it. It's managed to make $80 million on a 5-day opening weekend. I'm pretty sure it made 56 on the traditional 3-day, but worldwide it's made 230 million. I think these numbers kind of line up with Mission Impossible over the past couple of years. I think Fallout's the film over the past couple of years that went over to 60 million opening, but they're all around about 50. I'd say this is a 5-day weekend as well. So, well, in America it was anyway, and they got that 80 million. I'd say this is a good result, but it's probably not the result that was hoping for. Everybody likes to see your box office climb, and when Fallout made 60 million on a 3-day opening weekend, I'm pretty sure they thought that this might do maybe 65 for the 3-day, but still, it's made 80 million in America over the 5-day weekend, so that's good, and 230 million worldwide, in bad. So do you think this film's going to have legs? Because, Top Gun Maverick, I'm pretty sure it didn't have the biggest opening, but it had legs. People were going back to see that again and again and again. I'm pretty sure that film broke into the $1 billion club. I'm pretty sure it got like 1.5 billion. I don't think this is going to be Maverick crazy, but what do you think? Where do you think it will end its theatrical run?
I don't know if it'll hit a billion.
I don't think
It's
it will.
got it's not gonna really hit a billion. I'm not gonna say it's gonna get close. I'm gonna say it's not even gonna get very very close to it. I think it's just gonna be in a nice comfortable.
It's got a lot of tough competition coming up as well in the next couple of weeks.
That's what I'm saying. That's my doubt on it. If it didn't have this competition, I think it would do much better. But you've got Barbie and Oppenheimer, and people like, you know,
We've just
loads
booked
of
our
people.
tickets for Barbie and Oppenheimer. Full.
Yeah.
Full. I can't remember. The last time I seen the cinema this full was probably Endgame.
Yeah.
When we was booking tickets for Flash, I was like, oh. They actually took screenings off because there were no one in them. They took our IMAX screening off that we was in. And so, yeah. But, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, that's all right. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't expect this movie to do phenomenal. I expected it to do pretty good. It's Tom Cruise. People love his movies. People just love going to see Tom Cruise at the cinema. People will go out of the way to go see it. And I think it would have done a lot better. I think I remember saying this previously on video that I said I don't think it'll do that great just because of Oppenheimer and Barbie coming out in the next couple of weeks or next couple of days or whatever. Um, I said something along the lines of that, and I'm sticking by my word. I think it'll do good, but it won't do phenomenally.
Do you think it'll break 500 million?
Oh yeah,
It's at 230
easily,
now. But like in
easily,
the
yeah,
second weekend now, though, the competition's already there in the second weekend. Two new films that people are very
yeah.
excited for. I think it will hit 500, but I don't think it's gonna get there comfortably. I think it's just gonna
Because
get over.
here's the thing as well. You've got to take into account a lot of this as well. So say there's a lot of people out there. I know me and you, we book our tickets in advance. Loads of people do that. But you've got to take into account that people are like old-fashioned. They're, not old-fashioned, but you know, don't book
A
tickets
lot of
online.
people will go to the cinema and just look and see what's
Yeah,
on.
yeah. People what will do is they'll go out. It's a weekend. They'll go out for some food. You know, go to the arcades, go bowling, whatever. Have a nice evening out. Go to cinema. They'll go look at what's on. Like, oh, Barbie's out. Do you want to go see that? Go to counter.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's full. There's no seats available.
Yeah,
Um,
so maybe.
Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer. Oh, no seats available. Oh, Mission Impossible. That has quite a few seats. Good ones as well. I'll go see. I've heard that's good. Let's go see that.
Yeah, maybe. Um, I think
It's fully booked. It's going to be fully booked this weekend. So if you're gonna go and stop and go buy a ticket at the desk, you're only going to be able to see
Mission Impossible.
uh
Yeah,
Dead
yeah.
Reckoning. So
Do you think maybe the part one has put people off? Because part ones are notoriously the weaker film to their part two. Everyone's like, oh, why would I go see part one when I could go see part two? By the way, part one is a full film. It is a full film. But it does leave some stuff to be like, but it's more of like, we'll see that next time. We'll see that next time. Not stuff that's like crazy, like, I need to know the answer to this right now.
yeah, it left it like I said. You know me with shows and stuff like that. Obviously, this is a movie, but you know me with shows. I hate cliffhangers that just don't you know when nothing's really got answered in this previous episode. It's like, why are you leaving us on another cliffhanger? This doesn't do that. This answers things. It does things, and it ends it on a sort of like a nice. It's not really a cliffhanger. We said this about Spider-Man Across the
Yeah,
Spider-Verse. It's ended. We know where these characters are. We know where they're going, and that's it.
yeah,
Um, so yes, it is technically a cliffhanger, but it's not. It's not like say, uh, with Luke showing up at the end of Force Awakens. Now that was a literal cliffhanger.
because he was on
Um,
the edge of a cliff.
yeah, because it's like we haven't seen this character at all. Um, you know, everyone's wondering where the hell's Luke, and he shows up at the very end, doesn't say anything, nothing happens. That's a cliffhanger. That's a frustrating cliffhanger, if anything, and you got to
Yeah,
wait ages for the next movie. Whereas this, it doesn't do that. It's not like it's setting up. Obviously it's just kind of it's left it open for the next movie. But like I said, that's not to say that you can go ahead and watch just part one and get the whole story there. Um, it's part one for a reason. It's half of this whole story, but because the movie is so well done and edited wise, it's really really good because it still feels like its own. Doesn't feel
yeah.
like its own movie, but it still feels like it's a whole movie.
Well, I,
I'll
I was
say
having
that.
a conversation with someone in the comments the other day. And they were saying they don't think it's as good as Fallout, but maybe when the full, two-part film is out, it might go up in that list because it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
Maybe when part two comes out, it'll elevate that part one.
yeah, I think I'll absolutely do it because there's a lot of things that you watch something and then you're like, oh wow, that's actually made that previous thing better.
Yeah,
Um, So I think that's
Guardians 3 to Guardians 2.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
So yeah,
Um,
I think right now Tom Cruise don't have to worry. I don't think Paramount has to worry. I think this film's going to make its 500 million, maybe, around about there. But when it comes to part 2 coming out, that's when I think the big numbers are going to happen.
with part two as well, I've got to say they really need to have it as their own thing. Like they need to have enough, time, enough space between another big movie that will be coming out.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a movie that's going to get announced and we don't even know about it or whatever. It's just going to be out and it
Well,
needs enough time to breathe and
Tom Cruise has been
stand
pretty
by
upset as well
itself.
because Oppenheimer has got an IMAX exclusive deal and it's got all the IMAX screens everywhere for 3 weeks. So I think that's why he pushed it to the Monday, Tom Cruise, so we could have like nearly a full 2 weeks of Mission Impossible. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's not going to struggle. I think it's going to do all right, and it's a good film. If you haven't been out to see it, go see it. If you can't get tickets for Barbie or Oppenheimer this weekend, go see Mission Impossible if you haven't seen it already. It's great.
If you want a good time at the cinema and you can't get in to go see, Barbie or Oppenheimer, yeah, I understand it's quite disappointing. I do fully get it. Um, but there is still a really good movie to watch, even if like I'm speaking of someone who's never watched any of the Mission Impossible films. I've watched Rogue Nation, which is really good. If you haven't seen that, go watch that. But I watched it years ago, and then I watched a little bit of Fallout. Couldn't get into it, but I want to go back and watch the rest. So with that being said, like I said, I'm very new to it. I don't know anything that's going on, and I still really enjoyed the film. I want to go back and see it.
Yeah.
So don't let it deter you. Like, oh, there's no screenings. Let's just go home, or let's just go do something else.
Or it's
Go
part
see Mission
one.
Impossible.
Go see
It's
Mission
part
Impossible.
one. I'm not gonna bother. I've never watched any of the Mission Impossibles. Go watch the film because yes, it's in a Mission Impossible film, but it's just a great action flick. You will have a really good time at the cinema with it.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But one thing we did see in the cinema last Monday, which got released on the internet yesterday, is a trailer for a little film called The Creator. Now, this is directed by Gareth Edwards. It's starring John David Washington, Denzel Washington's son. And I'm pretty sure it's got Gemma Chan in it as well. Cersei from Eternals. So that's always great. I had no idea what this trailer was when it played in the cinema at first. You had a little bit of an idea.
I'd seen this trailer already.
Have you seen the trailer already? Or
I've seen it like twice, yeah.
a trailer? Have you been into the cinema and seen it?
What do you mean? No, it was online.
Was it online?
Yeah.
Because all the articles I read yesterday was like, this trailer's just been released online.
No, I've seen I've seen not this new trailer.
Right. You've seen a trailer.
Not
Right.
this new.
Right.
I've seen the trailer that we saw in the cinema that
Yeah.
you saw. Yeah.
But yeah.
So I've not seen this. I've not seen this new trailer yet. I was literally. I'm on YouTube right now trying to watch it, but do you know what? I'm just gonna base what I say because I'm more. Do you know what? I'm more interested in what you think of this.
So the trailer opens and it's from the director of Rogue One. Even though Gareth Edwards didn't finish Rogue One, a lot of it was reshot by, I can't remember the name now, but it's the guy who's doing Andor now. So there's that. I'm intrigued. I'm just a little bit fed up of AI. I'm a little bit fed up of AI.
I get that.
It's like, oh, AI this, AI that. Oh, we're doing more AI. Oh, look out for the AI. I think it looks good and it looks visually stunning. And I am on board for John David Washington. Let's go back to Christopher Nolan again. When Tenet came out, I think I like Tenet a lot more than most people do. And
I just don't know what the fuck's going on.
Here's my problem. I think I understand it, but probably if I explained it, I probably don't understand it. But yeah, so I like Tenet, and let me tell you, John David Washington is a movie star. He is just like his dad. He was, before we found out what was happening with Black Panther, bad situation, obviously, with Chadwick Boseman passing. John David Washington was my number one pick as a T'Challa recast. It's like, this guy could do it. But anyway, this trailer, I liked it. It looks great visually. It kind of reminded me of like a Neil Blomkamp sort of film. Like District 9 and Chappie and stuff like that. Don't slate me for that, anyone in the comments. But I liked it. I'm intrigued to see it. Obviously, we're gonna see it. It's just I'm not 100%.
What other film has been out that's AI though?
Last Monday.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a bit, yeah, but I'm talking about AI like robots and things like that, and
I'm
you know
talking more of terms of like
that.
just the news cycle right now. Everything, films,
Mm,
everything is AI. Everyone's talking about AI. Obviously, this would have been in development a long time before that. But I'm excited. I hope it's good. I hope every movie's good. Because if every movie's good, that means we've just got more good movies to watch. But we hadn't really talked about this on the channel anyway. What did you think of like that first trailer?
I can't lie. There's some bits in the trailer I like. I think. Do you know what? I'll say this. I I like the idea of this movie. I'm
I
looking
like the
forward to this
idea.
movie.
Yeah,
I'm all on board for obviously the director and obviously Washington to be in this. Um, it I got to be honest though, that's probably the only two things that are tying me to want to go see this film. The trailer
that's
was
another
just,
trope. Sorry, that's another trope in this that's been done to death fucking lately.
what's that?
Man must take child to safety.
Yeah, yeah.
Mandalorian, Last of Us. It seems like this role could have gone to Pedro Pascal, if anything.
Might as well have. I mean, no, but here's the thing though. Like, I got to be honest, it gave me like almost Terminator vibes. When it comes to the AI stuff, it's about this machine that's just gone like, right, fuck you all, I'm gonna bomb you. Uh, um,
Oh, thank God that
that's
came out
that's
clearly.
yeah. um, but yeah, the problem I have right now, and it's not even really the film. It's just I feel like I've seen the film. The trailer was just,
Gives
it
away
felt too long.
a lot.
It shows too much. And yeah, I just wish I haven't. I wish I could have gone in to see this film completely blind, just knowing it's about something to do with AI and robots. It's to do with it's got obviously the cast that we have got in it. It's got Washington in it. Um,
Who's the
and obviously the director. But that's really it. I can't say much. And you know what? I completely agree with the tone and the feel of the film, almost being like a District 9 or a Chappie.
Yeah, very
Um,
Neil Blomkamp.
yeah, and very Elysium as well. Obviously, I believe that's a
Yeah,
Neil Blomkamp as
yeah, it
well.
is.
But yeah, no, that's
And so is
it
so
feels
is
like
Gran
it.
Turismo.
Is it?
I think it is. Yeah.
Fucking hell, it's really changed tones. But yeah, no, that felt, those films felt like a trilogy in a sense. Obviously, Chappie was the weaker one. Well, I'd say it's the weakest. I won't gonna say the weaker 'cause it's not. It's good ideas, just poorly executed. I don't think it's that
I think
great of a
Elysium's
film.
pretty weak as well, though. To be fair.
I like Elysium. I quite enjoyed it. It's but easily the best ones definitely District 9. Um, but yeah, no, it just felt like another one of those films. It felt like the fourth film from this director, but at the same time, just with the cast, I'm intrigued. Like I said, it gave me Terminator vibes, which I can't complain. After
Everyone
the
loves
previous.
Terminator.
I mean, everyone loves the original Terminator. Let's just
Terminator,
set that
baby.
straight. Terminator 1 and 2, and kind of 3.
Kind of free.
Um, kind of 3.
Get
Yeah, I
free
didn't
off that
mind 3.
list, boy.
I didn't mind 3. I thought it was okay. It was kind of fucking pointless, but it
Kyle,
was alright.
all film is subjective, that is correct, but some opinions are just bad.
What, like you like in Winter Soldier?
Don't start. Don't start. Don't start.
I'm kidding. Winter Soldier is phenomenal. But what
Yeah,
I'm
it
saying
is.
is,
So you couldn't even hold that because you knew you were
no.
lying to yourself.
No, but I mean, it's one. T3 is a silly film, and it's
Yeah.
it's got nothing. It doesn't. It just feels like more Arnold Terminator, which I can't complain. It's shot really weird though. It feels like a TV show. But
Yeah.
do you
Yeah.
know what? I'm glad you agree on that because it really feels like a weird TV show. Um, but I'll say this though, with Terminator films, Dark Fate was. I'm not gonna say it's a great movie.
It's
I'm just gonna
definitely
say
the best since Judgment Day.
absolutely. I completely agree. I just feel like it had some really great ideas where it was like, oh, AI still takes over. It's inevitable. It's just, change the branding name or whatever. It's still happening. I just hate how it's so.
Yeah, Skynet got
Um,
cancelled, so I had to do a rebrand.
yeah, yeah. It rebooted itself in its own universe, in the Terminator universe. Um, I think they were called like Rev Nines or something, weren't
the robot things was Rev 9, I think.
they? Yeah. Like I said, I enjoyed that film. I thought it was a good, it felt like a bit of a runaway, trying to just you know, cat and mouse situation where it was just um a bit like the original. It felt like it was trying to do a bit more what the original did, where they were just constantly getting chased, and that's what I respect about it. As a movie as a whole, I, I'll say this: it is Terminator 3 for me, but in a way, it feels like more of a spin-off.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But, that's, trail. Trailer for
Maybe
the
this is
creator.
maybe this is Terminator 4. We just don't know it. It's another fucking universe.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the trailer for the creator. I quite liked it. It's just got some gimmicks in there that I'm a bit sick of. But if they can use them well, maybe the film will be good. And it looks like it's going to be good.
It
Gareth,
kind of
Gareth
gives
Edwards
me
has done some good stuff.
do you know like if you take away all the special effects and stuff like that, it gives me more of that sort of not indie but like a smaller budget. Obviously, this is gonna have like a pretty big budget, like decent wise for all the CGI and robots and stuff. But if you kind of strip that away, it does feel like it's a smaller budget type of film, and that's also one thing that kind of intrigues me is just it's got that feel, but at the same time it's supposed to be like a big action,
Yeah.
blockbuster. But hopefully it'll be good. I like Godzilla. I know a lot of people are a bit
I
meh about it.
I like Godzilla. And
I
that's
really
another thing
like
you
it.
see in this trailer. And it was the same in Rogue One. It was the same in Godzilla. He's really good with showing scale.
Yeah.
Like, really good with showing scale. But, so yeah. I think both looking forward to it, kinda, maybe. Let's see what the reviews are like when it comes out. That might temper our or push our excitement in other ways. But something I think we are both excited for, which I didn't think you thought you'd be excited for, but after Ms. Marvel came out, the Marvels got a few new pictures online. Entertainment Weekly has just done dropped some exclusive pictures. If you want to go onto the website, you can see. I think it's 9 pictures. There's like Fury, Monica using her powers, different suits. That's all their final suits, I'm guessing, for the film. I'm assuming usually when Entertainment Weekly drops new pictures, we might get a trailer some point this week, or maybe to follow next week with the finale of Secret Invasion. Only seems right. So yeah, what do you think of the pictures?
They look good. I really like Monica Rambeau's sort of like very simple.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
very
and
different.
one thing as well. This isn't Brie Larson's film.
Hmm.
This is Tiana Paris's as Monica Rambeau. She's the lead.
Hmm.
So it's weird they're taking it in that direction, but
Um, I don't know how I feel about you know Captain Marvel. Her suit just
yeah,
looks
the
a
other
little.
because the other suit in the images looks so much better. I think
Yeah,
that other
it
one.
it just looks a bit. I don't know. It looks a bit flat. I don't really know how to describe it. There's not much like the texture. Just it feels very
All
bland.
right, the
Because you look,
texture.
because you look no, but look at even Monica Rambeau. It's black and white, but you can see that the nice bright contrast, and the
Yeah,
black looks really like it looks good on the suit, and they have like a little bit of silver in the middle, but it's white. You know what I mean, with the white lines. Miss Marvel's suit looks really good. Really like it. Pops. It's got that sort of. Um, I just think I don't know. Captain Marvel suit looks a bit
bland.
it looks more like it reminds me of Supergirls from The Flash, if anything, just with the whole
The Supergirl suit from the Flash was a lot better. It's a lot brighter. This
yeah
this to me looks like it's had all the color sucked out of it. The
yeah,
suit.
which if it's trying to show like she's like the more veteran one, 'cause you got to think she's kind of an old woman in the universe technically,
Yeah.
um, so if they're trying to sort of show that she's a bit more withered in a sense, I get it. I just think she stands out like a sore thumb in that suit, and it's really weird.
Yeah, when you got
But
these two nice bright ones and then that one that's just dark blue, dark
yeah,
red, like a bronzy sort of gold.
yeah, yeah. But that's not to say, I think the suit in all it looks good. It's just when you put them next to each other, there,
Yeah.
it does look a little
And a
strange.
suit isn't going to make or break the film.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Um, as for the film, I know there's a lot of people out there that aren't a big fan of Captain Marvel.
Well, this is another
Um,
thing I wanted to talk about after we've done talking about this.
okay.
So we'll say what you're going to say.
Well,
But
I was gonna say, not a lot of people are sort of, there's quite a few people that are not gonna watch this film. I liked the first Captain Marvel film. I didn't love it. I liked the dynamic between, her and Nick
Fury.
Fury. I loved all of that. I love the Scroll storyline. It was just great how they sort of, you thought when you go into this film, you start the film, you're watching the film, you think, oh, these Scrolls are bad guys, whatever, and then it turns out they're not. They're actually just trying to find
Looking
a
for a
home,
home, yeah.
which I thought was really, really, really is such a great twist. I'm I'm really happy it turned out like that, and I'm really happy that they continued and they didn't, because I'm glad there was no backlash for that. Because Squirrels, typically speaking in comics, from what I know of, they're kind of evil. They're not really good guys.
Yeah, the
So
villains pretty much.
yeah, so it's really really refreshing that they were able to do this twist and it be accepted and not then there was no controversy or anything like that. Fans didn't go crazy over it. Um, and people liked it. So and then they continued it. Obviously, we got Secret Invasion. Um, and yeah, and another thing, Miss Marvel. Wow. Easily in my top three best Marvel shows. Um,
Yeah, yeah, for me.
easily. Just
MCU
because.
Marvel for me, definitely. Top three, it could probably change at any time. One Division, Ms. Marvel, Moon Knight.
Yep.
Is that same for you?
Mine's WandaVision, Ms. Marvel, and Loki.
Fair enough. Good pick. Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, I'm now because of I'm excited just to see Miss Marvel and Nick Fury, and I'm looking forward to the dynamic. Hopefully, we get with Captain Marvel and Nick Fury again. I hope we get some of that. And Monica Rambeau, I don't know much about her. She was in obviously WandaVision. That's her origin story, I guess, for her superpowers. I just I've not seen enough of her to really sort of know, her character. Her powers seem cool though, the way she can like absorb
Yeah,
energy
like
kind of thing.
phasing, kinda.
Yeah, I like that. I like that they're doing that thing. So I don't think it's really done in Marvel,
Yeah.
from what I can tell,
Well, I tell you right now, the
other than the
moment,
MCU.
yeah, the moment I got excited for this film was probably about a year ago when that first episode of Ms. Marvel came out, because it helps you so much get on board with a character when the person playing the character loves the character. There's pictures of Amanda Villani when she's 15 years old dressing up as Ms. Marvel for Halloween. She loves this character, and it translates. Same with Tom Hiddleston with Loki,
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland with Spider-Man. One,
I know he's saying a lot of shit right now online, saying like, I don't know whether to walk away from Spider-Man. Tom, you're probably legally obliged to be in a
he's
contract.
already signed. So he's just
Exactly,
saying it.
yeah. So.
But so yeah, and a couple more images. You can't really take much from images, but we've got a fresh look at the new suits. Got some images of Fury, some images of Monica using her powers, a nice picture of Carol and Kamala. On her front porch. That's like a nice picture.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this real quick. Suit-wise, if I had to rank each suit here, I'd say probably Monica Rambeau's suit is probably like the standout for me. Just the black and white,
Yeah,
just really, just it
goes
clicks for
well.
me.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
quite similar to her mother's,
Mhm.
Maria Rambeau, who was
Yep.
a variant of Captain Marvel in. Well, no, she was a variant of Maria Rambeau from this 616 universe, but the 838 version is obviously the one who got the powers in the test flight instead, and their suit's very similar to that. But
Yeah, I think it's so much better though. Definitely much better.
this,
And that's I like I said, I like Captain Marvel's suit. It just, like I said, you show all three of them, and hers is like the most darkest, sort of gritty, bland almost. Um, it stands out, but that's not to say the suit is bad. I think when we see her and maybe it lights up a bit more with the
yeah, that's something
special
we need to
effects, maybe
account.
it'll look a little bit better. But I'm happy though. I'll say this, I'm happy though we've got a nice bit of diversity with the suits because you've got a lot of suits out there now where it's just they're all flashy and big, especially in the MCU, or they're just sort of very bland and basic. Here, this is a great, just a nice change where it's very, a very nice, colourful poppy suit with Miss Marvel, a nice sleek look for Monica Rambeau, and then more of a realistic, gritty suit for Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it. Just seeing them all, it's a little, yeah.
So when do you think we're getting trailer then? Right after that, connected to? Do you think maybe they will connect the trailer to the final episode of Secret Invasion, or do you think it'll be out the day after?
I don't know. We could get a post-credit scene.
Because we've heard it's integral. Secret Invasion is integral to the Marvels.
Well, we'll probably get a post-credit scene then. Just how we did with Miss Marvel. We got a really
Yeah.
good, great post-credit scene with that. Um, so I'm excited for this film. I would have been excited regardless because it's tying in with Nick Fury and obviously Monica Rambeau. But because of Kamala Khan and the Miss Marvel show, I am over the moon. And I can't lie, I really liked the trailer. I thought it was pretty
I
good.
liked the trailer as well. So yeah, I think that'll do us today. I was gonna
Oh,
go on and rant about something. Go on, what you said?
one thing I want to hear this rant, but one thing I want to say because I didn't watch the trailer. for Blue Beetle, the second Blue Beetle trailer. I know it. I know it got a lot of. I didn't like the first trailer. It kind of put me off of Blue Beetle going to see this film. I was excited for this film, and then I saw the first trailer, and I was like, and then I saw the second trailer, and I was like, this just looks fun. This just looks great. I want to go watch this. This movie could be god awful and terrible, but it looks like fun. And I'm probably one of the very few that actually liked the trailer. Obviously, I know Callum, you said it didn't really, it was a bit, yeah. But for me, I was just smiling watching. I was like, this looks
Yeah.
like a great time. Do you know what I mean? It's silly, but who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. It's not
Oh,
gonna.
it don't have to be serious, no.
Yeah, it don't have to be serious. It's not gonna tie in with anything. Just let the movie do whatever it wants.
Yeah.
As long as it's a half decent movie and there's a bit of thought to it. As long as it's not on the level of say Black Adam.
Well, it looks like
I'm
it's
all
not going
for
to
this
take
film.
itself too seriously, so that's one thing in its way. But yeah,
What's this rant? What's this rant?
we're a month out from Blue Beetle. I I'm not gonna get into it, but I did want to talk about the movie YouTube era we're in of people who are just. Now, I'm not going to get into it now. I'm probably going to make a separate video on it. Let's just say, when I've started this channel, I've done this for fun. And I'm because of this is what this channel is. When I'm on this channel, not my own personal one, when I'm on this channel, when I'm uploading videos, I'll have like a little scroll. The videos that get recommended to me, I'm not going to say, oh, they're disgusting. They are just sad. They are sad. It's
Controversy sells though.
controversy does sell, and for a long time, our most viewed video was The Flash is a massive flop. Negativity sells. It wasn't false saying The Flash was a massive flop because it was, but a lot of people try and build their own narratives and get behind stuff and just hate. I mean, the amount of people who criticise films before they even come out is boggling to me. It's insane.
It is sad because there's it's like just why
Yeah.
why are you so bothered?
There is one person in particular. I'm not gonna say the name. They're a massive channel, but it keeps popping up, and they are just a sad fucking loser.
I think I know who you're on about.
But
I think I know exactly. Well, I know a couple that are like
yeah,
that. And
well,
it's
there's a
just
lot of
really,
them, but there's one that
there's
keeps.
a lot of them.
There's a lot, but there's one that keeps popping up. But anyway, this is
Can I,
Movies
can
and
I
Beyond.
just can I just right? I've sent you a message.
I won't see it because my phone's me light, mate. So,
Oh,
so yeah.
oh, you tit right.
Yeah.
But I think
That's
I know
the
who
setup,
you're on
guys. My
about.
phone's me lighting. But yeah. So that'll do us. Movies and Beyond. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. Kyle's actually got a background now. That's ace.
It's not really about. It's
I've
always
noticed.
been that. I just turned my camera slightly. I thought, maybe it's a bit boring seeing my coat hanger, so here's a
Yeah,
bunch
mate. Everyone has
of
been
upside
commenting on your
collectors.
coat hanger.
Ah, right.
I think you should bring
Well,
it back. I think it's iconic.
I think I should actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have a coat hanger in
Coat
the video
hanger.
every time.
Yeah.
Just, do you know, I know a really good idea actually. I'm just gonna have a coat hanger, right? And I'll just have it completely random each video now.
Yeah.
You're just gonna be like,
Hell yeah.
where's the coat hanger? It's right there. Oh no, it's there this week.
One of the lights went off on one of my date-offs, so I've kind of just lit the middle one up. I need to order some more lights, but that's going to be a pain in the ass digging it all out and wiring it all back up. But still,
What do you mean
anyway.
it's gone? What, it just died?
It just flickers like fuck now.
Ah.
So, yeah. But, hope you enjoyed today's video. I've enjoyed today's video. Like it, leave a comment on it. We will reply to the comments. We will speak to you in the comments. We had I definitely did. I had a lovely conversation with someone yesterday about Mission Impossible. So get in there. We will speak to you if you're lonely. Kyle wants to speak to you. He's lonely too. Look at him.
All the pops I have.
Yeah.
I'm very lone and secluded.
Yeah, that's sad.
with
Who
my
collect
pops.
action figures?
And then there's Callum with his toys.
Yeah, but hey, Kyle, think about it this way. At least it's you're not filming in your mum's room because the toys she's got on display are disgusting. All right, we'll
Yeah,
we'll leave we'll
you
leave
just,
that there
you,
today.
you just reminded me I need to get some new batteries.
Ah.